Everybody ask me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. Everybody ask me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so.
Hi, MVRHS. It's Miss Dingledy again. This is week 2 of our weekly update. This is the leadership team, and we're here to give you some important updates for the week. We hope you've had a great week and that you're poised to have an awesome weekend. Again, we miss seeing you. We hope that we are back together in the fall as one community.
Hi, everybody. This is Amy Lilavois, the senior class advisor for the class of 2020, along with Matt Malowski, who couldn't be here tonight. I just wanted to clear up any confusion there might be and give everybody an update on what the plans are so far for graduation. After much discussion with many students in the class officers, a sincere group of parents, we sent a proposal to the Ag Society in West Tisbury, and a few of us attended the selectmen's meeting last night. We got approval to do a drive-in style graduation sometime in either June or July based on the social distancing restrictions. This is not the definite plan right now. We are still really keeping our fingers crossed and hoping that we might be able to do something at the Tabernacle. We will not know that until Governor Baker speaks on the 18th and until the Tabernacle meets. So for right now, we have a solid plan to do something at the Ag Hall sometime in June or July as a plan B. Everybody at the Selectmen's meeting and Christina and Brian were wonderful at the Ag Hall, and they really want to do whatever they can to support us. So we're looking at that if we're not able to do the ceremony at the Tabernacle. If you have any questions, or as a parent you would like to join Matt and I with the group of parents we have that are working on planning, please send me an email or send Matt Malowski an email. Our emails can be found on the website. Thank you so much. And now I'd like to turn it over to John and Jeremy.
Well, Amy, thank you.
You're welcome, John.
Jeremy, you ready?
I am stoked and ready to go, John.
Yes. So we wanted to talk about grading for fourth quarter. So obviously there have been plenty of questions leading into this, and we got together as a group. This is clearly, you've heard this over and over again, unprecedented times. So the direction from DESE and the state was really right in the beginning that fourth quarter would be pass-fail for all the high schools in the Commonwealth. And so we quickly adapted that, and the teachers have been on board with that. As you can imagine, it's a little complicated to just go to a pass-fail system. So teachers have really, really gone out of their way to really work on engagement with the kids. And the grades are not the most important thing. And I know that sounds counterintuitive to every message that we have probably sent to kids through the years. And hopefully it's liberating in some ways. We want kids to just log in and be a part of the Zoom sessions and complete as much work as they can. So it's a minimal standard. It's a minimal number to get to that pass, which is really a 60%. Each teacher is providing feedback through PowerSchool. Please do not get nervous when you see PowerSchool grades that are out there. So just always PowerSchool gets a little complicated. It should be easy, but clearly, we're human beings and everybody has a little different take on how they're sharing that information with parents and students. So Jeremy has some more information about how you're supposed to look at PowerSchool and how you can log in, and if you have any questions about any of that stuff.
So folks, when you log in, just click on the grade that you see. If you see a P or an F, just look on there and you can see what your students are missing. And as you look on there, don't freak out. A lot of times they can make it up and look at it in ways to correct the grade. There will also be credit for Zoom percentage and just engaging. And we just ask that the students that are logging on regularly and getting involved, and that grade will also play a role. So if you have any questions or concerns that you're seeing something that you do not like, feel free to email myself at jlightmvyps.org, and I will do what I can to help you understand the process and do what I can to make it right. And any questions you have, please send my way. And I'm turning it over to Hope.
All right, thank you. There have been some questions about how special education services are being provided during this remote time. We have been reaching out to students and have been providing support since the closure.
And at the high school, academic support classes have been up and running since we started the block schedule. In addition, each special education teacher has been reaching out and has individual office hours, have been meeting with students one-to-one or in small groups. Educational support professionals who, while we were in school, supported students in the classroom are still supporting students in the Zoom classrooms. They are present in those Zoom classrooms, and then are reaching out to those teachers to see what they can do to clarify support. They're reaching out to the special education teachers, liaisons, and students and families as needed. All students on IEPs have received a remote learning plan, and this plan kind of lays out how the supports from students' IEPs are being done in this remote fashion, if they're different than when they're in the building. We've had some questions about team meetings, and really that's individualized by team and by family and student. We are holding team meetings, and if you would like a team meeting, we are able and willing to do that. Thank you, and I think I'm passing it to Dhakir and Sarah.
Thank you, Hope. Appreciate the pass. Sarah, good to see you. 8th of 15 Zoom meetings today. Anyway, folks, I'm here to kick us off with summer school. I want to tell you, I think in all seriousness, in these difficult times and understanding that students are having trouble adjusting, we just want to make sure you know that there's an offering out there to help our students enrich or make up for any credits that might have been lost through these difficult circumstances. So we are in the process of planning, and those details will be forthcoming. And as always, if you have any questions or would like further information just in general, please reach out to myself or Rebecca Clausen, as we'd be happy to speak with you. And I'm going to turn it over to my partner in crime, Sara Dingledy. Miss Dingledy, there you go.
So thanks, Dhakir. I think just so everyone knows, we've gotten a lot of questions about summer school, and there was a lot of questions actually, or there were some questions that we got from families this week about what next year will look like. And in the absence of guidance from the state at this point in time, and in the absence of really knowing in any firm way what the year is going to bring, Plan A is always going to be face-to-face. And so we're planning for face-to-face meeting time either in the summer or for next year. And we're also learning that Plan B, which is remote access to either summer school or next year, is something that we need to also take into consideration. So like everywhere else in the country, we're thinking about Plan A and what opening school in the fall will look like. And we're also planning for Plan B, which is what will it look like in a remote fashion. We really don't have it. We are not privy to more details from the state or from the governor or from anyone more than you are. We read about it in the papers as well. So there's just nothing that we know more about which way we're leading, Plan A or Plan B. But we definitely task ourselves with being prepared. So obviously the same as with summer school, we're not running camps in the building this year. We're focused mostly on cleaning the building and getting it ready for Plan A, which would be a face-to-face meeting in the fall. But I know Dhakir and the team are also working on what summer school would look like in a remote way. For next year, I think the one thing I would say is we're working right now to put schedules together. And so people will probably in June have a schedule of what next year's schedule will look like and what their classes are. And all I would say with that is just make sure that if you're an AP class or an honors class and there's summer work assigned, you do the summer work as normal. So that nothing's changed in terms of that. So I think the most pertinent information I can give you now is just that any summer work that's assigned based on your course load for next year, you should do and complete and communicate with the teacher about that. Other than that, we will keep you updated as news comes in and as planning happens, just as we did with graduation. If you have questions in the meantime, feel free to reach out. And I'm going to turn it over now to Barbara Jean, who's going to talk a bit about the end of school for seniors and for the general population.
Hello, everyone. Thanks, Sarah. I have the best news of all. Seniors will finish up on May 29th, and underclassmen will finish up on June 22nd. Be on the lookout for an email that will outline all of these details. And if you have any questions, give us a shout.
Next. Thanks, Barbara Jean. It's all right. And I think Jeremy may join me on this a little bit. I just have some awesome news to share. I mean, you guys have heard a lot of information. And I'm hoping many of you are watching our grapevines. Students are working really hard still to get those together every week for you. One thing that Mr. Light and I have been working on is a new mentoring program. for the high school students. We have more than 30 students who are really interested in working with the younger kids in our elementary schools, K through 5, in the hopes that they can get them engaged a little bit more in reading, writing, math, even just kind of playing a game on there, just something to get them a little bit engaged during this really difficult time. So Mr. Light and I are still working out the details on that. But if there are any students interested, if you have younger students, for example, reach out to your assistant principals and get those names to them, and they'll get them to us, right, Jeremy? Anything I'm missing on that?
No, we have a ton of kids. It's been such a great outreach, and we hope to get this program started next week to really kick off, just getting connected. It doesn't have to be academic. It can just be like a social emotional, just reaching out to these kids and just getting them connected with their teachers, or just, having a friend just to reach out and, get to know one another. And it's going to be a great thing, I believe.
Yeah. And we have mini singers auditions early June. So we announced that in the last grapevine, and we will announce it again closer to the date. But please, all those kids who are interested, get your voices ready. Mini singers auditions will be early June. The athletic department, Mark and I have been working hard on getting the winter banquet video together so that we can share that with people. And then also we've had a couple of really cool, really fun kids and staff and hopefully community have joined in on some of our challenges. We had a marathon challenge, and right now we're in the middle of the Making a Splash challenge. For all of you families, get out there and get to every single beach you can on the island in the month of May. You have till May 29th to jump in, take pictures, take video, and tag us either on Instagram if you know how to do that, because I'm not very good at it, but the kids are. Or you can email it to the rjo@mvrhs.org, and we have a gift certificate for the winner to No Man's. And look forward to, we have one coming up in June, thanks to Miss Amy Lilavois, some interesting ones for trails and different things like that. So lots of fun stuff, and these kids are still doing amazing things, and so are the teachers and the rest of the staff. So doing good stuff here.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, leadership team. Have a great weekend, everyone. We miss you. Take care.
Bye.
Everyone.
Hi, guys.
Hope your recording did well.
Great job,
We did
Nell.
great.
Amazing job.
That was good.